Theo of PEX and I started talking about it, put together a couple of ideas, and so we conceived of this series where we have a literary author, either fiction or nonfiction. Attendees get to have dinner with them, they get to chat with them in a really informal, kind of unique way, and there's an incredible meal involved that's actually inspired by the featured book of the evening.
Recreating a sense of community and having that community built around the two things that I care most about. It's good literature and good eating.
This really gives you a chance to have that experience of having dinner with a really interesting author.
The people in my book, they were in Madrid during the siege of Madrid. There wasn't a whole lot of food available most of the time, so there was a lot of grousing and talking about how there was never anything to eat. And I feel that this is a chance for me and all of us to redress this terrible crime and actually have some fun together, eating and sharing something in a way that they weren't able to.
Another thing the best books do is kind of make you hungry, especially if they're really evocative of a certain time and place, which many of the books we've featured are. Like tonight's book is set in the Spanish Civil War, so there's a lot about Spanish food in there.
Some of the things what I really like about the idea of Spanish cooking is the simplicity of it and the bold flavors. You can find paella, you can find tortilla, you can find romesco sauce, you can find even patas bravas. You know, I'm giving you experience that's a little bit, you know, less expensive than a plane ticket.
With a lot of books, because of where they're located or their topics, there's a cuisine that lends itself immediately to it. And Spanish food and Hotel Florida were obviously intrinsically linked. I mean, the fact that Hemingway is a central character of her work, and Hemingway's books always have food and wine as central characters to them, it seemed a very natural combination. The
vision of me drinking, I guess, Hemingway daiquiris at a bar in you know, Civil War Spain sounds awesome. I mean, it's funny, you know, to say that there's people dying and it's, you know, it's obviously there's danger afoot, but at the same time there's something very sexy about that. What was part sexy is not only just having that daiquiri in the, you know, in the hotel bar or whatever like that. I think it was really also about the food, especially back then. These flavors were not very commonplace in America.
One of my characters and his wife are in Paris, and they're cooking over a hot plate in a horrible little hotel on the left bank, and they're trying to remember what Spain is like. And he cooks for her sardines in olive oil, and he cooks for her squid in its ink because he remembers that from his childhood, and it's a way for him to connect with his past and the country that he loves and has left forever.
There's a lot of great food in the books, and it sort of brings it to life to have that food with you.
If you went to, say, Valencia, and you were down on the coast, and there was a paradise of beautiful fresh oranges and tomatoes and lovely little shellfish that you could put into your paella, and beautiful calaspara rice and garlic and saffron and all of those delicious things. And people actually did dream of getting out of Madrid and just driving down the road to Valencia so they could get a square meal.
I have a feeling that most of my guests are going to be well aware of what to expect. And hopefully I can bring some, you know, intense flavors that they were experiencing for the first time.